Wacha tuone maisha ya Daisy akiwa Korea. Hapa nikipatana na Daisy tena ili tuwe na maswali na majibu kuhusu alivyokuja Korea kusoma.
Welcome to another video.
Okay, so I met Daisy again. Maybe people might have questions how she came to Korea and the process that she stepped on. Okay, first, what made you to get interested about Korea? Because when I was with her in school, I was there, but she never asked about Korea or something like that. So I'm curious how she got interested. Yeah.
For me, I studied Korean language at University of Nairobi, and that's how I got interested in the language. One time I wanted to learn foreign language, and there was an opening in the course for Korean language, and I really wanted to try a foreign language, so I signed up, and it's been a journey since then. And slowly by slowly, every class was interesting, and I was super fascinated. Back in the day, there was GBS. In GBS, they used to have a lot of Korean dramas, and I used to watch a lot of them.
Okay.
So as I learned the course, I was like, wait a minute, I actually know more about Korea than I thought. It kept me going, so yeah, that's how I learned Korean language and got interested.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your major and minor in Nairobi University?
My major was anthropology. When I was doing first year and second year, my courses were a bit not too busy, so I wanted to add on another foreign language. So I decided to sign up for the Korean classes, and so it became my minor. So I had both anthropology and Korean.
One in Nairobi University and had an exchange program.
Yeah, I've had 3 exchange programs that I've gone to before I joined my graduate course. So the first time, when I started learning Korean language, was in 2017. In 2018, there was a course we did with Ewha Women's University. It's in Korea. It was online, so if you were the best from that class, you could get to go for an exchange program. I tried my best, and I got recommended for it, and so I came to Korea for 2.5 weeks. When I reached here, I was like, I need to come back, so I worked hard and I applied for a different scholarship in 2020, and this one was now intense Korean learning language course for 6 months to 1 year at Seoul University, and so I applied for it as well, and I got it, and I came again in 2020. And after I came back home, I applied for another scholarship, and the scholarship I got, which is KGSP, Korean Government Scholarship Program. That time I didn't have a topic certificate, so if you don't have topic level 5-6, you have to do exchange again for another 1 year before you start masters. So I came again in 2021. I studied in Paicha University in Daejeon for another 1 year Korean language. University of Nairobi, it's actually sponsored partly by the embassy, the Korean embassy in Kenya, and also the Korea Foundation. It's called KF Korea Foundation. So they do exchange programs. Sometimes they do scholarship opportunities for our university. So you either, if you take the classes and you are the best in your class, the teacher could recommend you to apply for the scholarship. So that's how I was able to know about scholarships and which ones to apply for. The first 2 were under Korea Foundation, and then the last one was just that one is a general application across the whole world. If you want to come to Korea to do masters, so you apply for KGSP, and you needed to have a really good GPA in order to get it.
Okay, so if it's not an excuse, I want to ask in what GPA you graduated Nairobi University?
My GPA, I think it was 3.8 something or 3.9.
Oh, 8 and 9. Wow.
I don't remember exactly, but I got first class honors. Yes.
Do you really have to know Korean to go to Korea to study?
I would say the fact that I knew Korean is what brought me here, but then I also have friends who didn't know Korean and came here, so it's not a must. It helps to know Korean language for sure, especially if you have like the topic certificate. Gives you like an edge compared to other people, but it's also like not totally a must. But knowing the language is definitely a plus obviously.
You came to Korea to study master.
Yeah.
So before that, like, what did you prepare, and how did you join SNU?
When I started learning the language, I was determined to come do my master's here. So I tried my best to maintain a good GPA and graduate with like the highest honors to boost my chances. Because just because I do Korean language does not mean you get the scholarship. And I saw that in my department. So you have to have a bit of both. When I came here in 2020 and studied Korean language at Seoul National University, I tried to get good grades so that you get a certificate, and I added that experience to my CV that I used to apply back in 2021, the KGSP programming. It did help me in my CV and the course selection. I chose a good course that's not easy, but rather it's like they accept students who are KGSP. So I chose anthropology at SNU, which was more convenient to like enter compared to other anthropology courses in Korea. So it was more like strategic thinking and planning, and plus my GPA helped me. When I was learning the language, I did a lot of activities in terms of promoting Korean language and Korean culture in Kenya. And so I used to also participate in any embassy activities as well. I tried to immerse myself a lot in like Korean culture and also help out in the embassy if I could. And in my class activities, because even in our university we had a Korean Study Students Association club, and I used to be the secretary in it. So I, aside from just learning the language, helping out in like such events gave me like a nice opportunity to. My professor also helped me how to answer question and how to what's it called, like
interview?
Like an interview, pre-mock interview, just to like know what type of answers I have and just how to maximize on the interview. And I also asked my senior who got the scholarship as well, so I maximize on all the people I knew who've ever gotten KGSP. Consulting with people was very important, and my teacher was very helpful in that aspect.
Is there other ways that you can recommend or
To come into Korea?
Yeah.
Aside from applying for KGSP, there is KOICA scholarship. Google KOICA. It's KOICA. The most famous institutes are like Korea Foundation, King Sejong Institute, and there's also the third one is Academy of Korean Studies. Those three are like, if you're very interested in like Korean language, it gives you a boost. There was some Daewoo scholarship for people who do a lot of engineering. There's also like a direct application to KAIST. Also have their own scholarships for people who are good at math and engineering. Google is your best friend. Honestly, like you can find so many ways of how to come to Korea, and there are always so many scholarships offered by the Korean government and various schools. Yeah.
I didn't know that Korea really supports like foreign students to come.
Oh,
study.
there's so many.
I didn't know that. Okay, so I want to ask like challenges and problems.
The selection is always minimal. So KGSP scholarship only takes like 6 people in the whole country, and you'd have hundreds of applications. So it was tough like going through that period because you're unsure if you'll get it or not, and so that was a bit tough and challenging. The way I learned in University of Nairobi was a bit chill, and then I come to Korea and it was intense. Catching up and adapting to the system was also a bit hard, and also had to maintain good grades. You can't do badly in one scholarship and then expect to get another scholarship. So I had to like maintain good grades from this one, good grades from the next scholarship, and then eventually it led me to the last one that I got. It was tough. Studying is tough. Yeah.
What about the financial problem?
I came in 2020 and I realized poverty can be real. Yes, I get scholarship money, but then in that money you get, you divide your housing allowance and your mobile bills, your medical expense bill, your transport bill. Like after you're done dividing all this stuff, you're left with little money. And then at times you want to do shopping and you want to eat out. You have to be disciplined in order to like survive with the money you get. At the same time, the money we get can be survivable if you're not the type to go out as much, travel as much. If you just go to school, home, you can't survive well. So I'm an extrovert, so I always get broke at call home. But then I learned, like, as I grow older, I'm like supposed to manage. Actually, what is and then like after 1 month or 2, you're like, no, I should go. I should go to another company. You stick it out for 1 to 2 years just because you like saving money, because you like working in the company. Yeah. Then you move on to another job. Like, done? Yeah.
I think if you have more questions, you can write down. Yes. See you. Bye.
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 Asante Daisy kwa kuzungumzia maisha yako ya udhamini.